Goeiemôre almal, baie welkom by 'n vars nuwe seisoen wat ons kombokker verkoop. Good morning everybody, and there is regular listeners and watchers of our program. Welcome to a new season. We kicked off not too badly if under circumstances, and I know saying words like that means quite a lot of other things, but I've told in this long off season, I've told all the producers I'm scared of a season coming. Usually I make use of my experience to make decisions, and I must say with the current economic environment in the world, I don't have any experience of the situation. Let's look at 2008, when there was really also a global economic crisis, and actually the prices of Mohair went up. So usually in the past, Mohair is not really, the demand of Mohair is not really looking at what is going on in the world economy, because it's rich people that is buying the end product. But now, what makes this situation different is that there's a war going on the borders of Europe, and they suddenly got the inflation rate in double figures, and they're not used to it. Since the Second World War, they didn't have inflation rates as high. So suddenly everybody is getting careful of money, how they spend money. And they only spend money on necessities. We in South Africa moan and groan about our electricity, but electricity, and with good reason, but the cost of electricity in Europe in the past 18 months went up with 200%. That's have a major impact yet on everybody. So then we look at the other half of where our product is going, and that is to the east. And if you look at the economic figures of the growth figures of China, then you will see in all reports, everybody said, oh, they are shocked about how bad it looks in China. And we can see that China is dead quiet, that China should be very strong in the market now. And they're not buying a single kilo of Mohair. People might remember a year ago, we were not in a similar situation, but also in a situation where China was very quiet, but then it was because of COVID, and I was very confident that that will recover very quickly. Now COVID is still having an effect on China, that's why the economy is so bad, but we can't wait now for COVID. COVID is over. So it is the economy to recover, and that I've got no control, and I haven't got an idea how long that's going to take. So saying all that, we are a little bit hesitant of what the demand is going to be, and that this doesn't just influence Mohair, it influences all commodities, especially textile fibers. All the textile fibers are battling. So it's not unique to us. I think what is unique is that in the past, Mohair was not as badly influenced in a bad economic situation. But under circumstances, now you understand better why I say that. It went quite well yesterday, with the market only coming down with 4.8%. I've told my clients that is on the sale that I won't come down with more than 10%. I'll rather keep it back and go into the price support system that the industry have. But in most cases, that wasn't necessary yesterday. We sold 88%, and the market came down with 4.8%. So, under circumstances, not bad. Interesting enough, our average price was very similar to what the average price was a year ago. But then the market picked up on the second and the third sale, and then it dropped. So let's see now what going to happen. Elrin, what's your opinion of what happened yesterday?
Môre Pierre, môre aan ons kykers. Gister se veiling was nie te sleg nie soos wat ons verwag het nie. Onder omstandighede, kyk die wêreld, die prys word veroorsaak deur wêreldfaktore wat buite ons beheer is op die oomblik, maar die mense moenie vergeet dat die boggermark kan faktore weerstaan. Die prys kan weer verbeter. Interessant genoeg, ek het by Bogger Suid-Afrika 'n paar syfers aangevra, net dat mense kan sien wat is die average market indicator throughout the years. So in 2016, the price was 239. In 2018, the price was 292. In 2021, the price was 437, and in 2022, the price was 398. So you don't get a lot of markets that grows like that and reflects growth in a good way. So I would encourage the Mohair farmers as well to stay strong. It's still a great investment. It will recover. So we just have to keep on working hard, and when the demand comes back, everything will sort itself out.
Thank you for that, Elrin. Yeah, I think that is important. That Mohair, if you take the 20 years from 2000 till now, Mohair beats inflation. It's not that it keeps track with inflation; it beats inflation, and it will recover again. But I know that everybody is under pressure. It's not just Europe, it's in South Africa, it's all over. There is no money available. That's why nobody's buying stock. And you see that in the sale room. I just take an example. One buyer will have an order for 31 micron, and he will buy if the moment he sees there's no resistance or competition from the other buyers, he will push the price down. And then it's basically the auctioneer, it's me and him that decide at the end when I stop and say, no, right, we're not selling at that price. We also had on Monday a Lesotho sale, quite a big Lesotho sale, where the price also came down with about 3%, and also in the selling percentage in the 80s. And we also had Australian sale. Yet the Australians suffered a little bit. You can see here right at the end the buyers run out of money. And so hopefully we will see a recovery there. What my worry is that the next sale will be substantially bigger. And that will be a real test. I must say we had 3 sales of Lesotho already. So a big chunk of Lesotho is already sold, and that price came down quite a lot since last year, about 12%. So there is a little bit more money available to spend on yet on the Cape. So I hope that, and the Cape is also a bit cheaper, so I hope that will help. If we have a quick glance through the slides, see we offered 842 lots yesterday, which 759 was sold. That's 88%. Which if you offered me that on Monday, I would have taken that. Kit was basically unchanged, and when we look at the different micron ranges, I will say a little bit more about that. Young goats came down with virtually the full 10%, and adults with 4.8%. Kids, there was quite a good demand for kids. On the previous year, the RMS market indicator was 365, and yesterday it was 354. So very close. That is the reason why we use our market indicator. There was a very few clips yesterday that averaged on 350 rand. But that is the reason why we use a market indicator. Because on the first sale, it's not proper clips that is offered with a full component of kids and a full component of young goats. So that's the reason why we use a market indicator. A market indicator will tell you an average clip looking like the average right through the year will have an average of 354 yesterday, and that's a RMS. Talking about RMS, on the last sale in June, we've achieved the biggest gap between RMS and non-RMS of 18%. 18% in Mohair is a lot of money. That's 50 rand a kilo. Interesting enough, yesterday, the non-RMS actually went up with 3.8%. But because the previous sale was so bad, and RMS came down with 3%. So when I say that with the kids to quote, it was very difficult. If you look at and the next slide where the actual action is, 23 micron came down with 10% from the summer season, but the 24 micron went up with 1.4%. 25 micron came down with 5% again. So, but 28 micron went up with 7%. So that's why we quoted unchanged at the end. But if you look there at the big difference between RMS and non-RMS, is the RMS, there's far more pluses there than on the non-RMS. But I'm not going to spend much time. Youngers was down, especially the 29 micron group, and adults was also down, yet on all the micron groups. Exchange rate, funny enough, a lot of farmers ask me, but the weaker rand at the moment, doesn't it help us? It was to my surprise as well. The exchange rate is virtually exactly the same as on the last sale in the summer season. So that didn't play any role yesterday. We'll see if you look at the American dollar indicator, we stand at 18.13. I've said on the previous interviews that below $20 a kilo, we're not making much money. We want it above $20. Then the part that everybody is interested in is the top performers in the different micron groups. We were very proud of our bidding section. We must say thank you to Ross and Mandre and Andrew. With their best price of a day for a bin at 757 rand a kilo. There was a better price for individual farmers bale at 770, but that was the best bin price. But you'll see the top three prices was filled by the House of Fibre bidding section at 750 and 751 rand a kilo. Then on the 26-27 micron group, Jackie Petersen from Adelaide, or for Beaufort, he was so in between. He will be very proud with his 650. Baie goed gedoen, Jackie. Baie geluk daarso. There again our bidding section, 659. And dan Jannie en Bart van der Vyver van my neefies daar van Somerset Oos, daar in die derde hoogste plek vir hulle op R590.10 vir daai 26 mikron balkie klein mokkiaar dinges van hulle. En hy was nogal kort ook gewees hoor, soos ek dink die 590 was 'n baie goeie prys. Dan die 28-29 micron group, where also a clean sweep of a binning system with a top price of 540, and then the 31 micron group, also a bin that is the top there at 409.10. That is a very good price. But then Boykie Henderson, we're in the second place at Kykendie Fontein at 379 Rand a kilo for his best young goats. Then the 32 micron group, there clean sheep again with a binning section, and in the third place Boykie Henderson again. And then 33, 34 micron group, then the painters of Adelaide and the House of Fibre bin, the top price there at 315 Rand a kilo. Then the 35, 36 micron group, and there was over 10 tons of that group available. That was the biggest group. You'll see the price at 290 Rand, there was quite a lot of people getting that 290 Rand a kilo. I see Kobus Liter from Janssenville, it's a new one, and Waterfall Livestock is also amongst the mix there. And then the strong Mohair, and yeah, suddenly it's winter season again. There is suddenly strong Mohair, that is 37 and 38. There was even 40 micron yet adults. And you'll see there the painters again at 288 Rand 80 for their 37 micron, which is a very good price. Very interesting when you look at the buyers' participation. Right on top, Mosen Falls is back in the market. That's a good omen from Europe. He doesn't do much business in the East. And the fact that he bought nearly 20% of the market yesterday, that's a very good thing. So if we can get Zudwiller to be back in the market again, he was totally out of it yesterday. He bought virtually nothing. Then we will see a different story. When we know business is back, and we will see quite substantial climb in the price. The stuff that yesterday that battled the most was the younger section. You see they were the full 10% component down, and that was where Zudwiller is playing a major role. So the yarn, knitting yarn manufacturer is not back, and the velour yarn is not back yet. VBC bought 2%. Samuel was by far the biggest buyer with buying 41%. And then the Stuckert Group only 31%. That's very quiet from their side. And then Alice bought a 3.5% that you usually buy. And at the sale itself, there was about 6% not sold or passed in. The next catalogue is only in 3 weeks' time, on the 5th of September. But as I say, that will be quite a substantial bigger catalogue. Elke jy onthou, hoeveel het is daar aangeweeg? Ek dink het was oor die 100,000 kilo.
Ja, oor die 100,000.
Waar gister se totale aanbod saam met die Australiese haar omtrent 120,000 was. Soos as ons hulle uit en hulle is klaar, hulle verkoop net op een veiling. Soos daar het ons as 'n Fibre alleen al meer hare as op gister se veiling met OVK en as 'n Fibre saam. Soos en ek weet OVK het ook 'n redelike hoeveelheid. Soos dit gaan 'n groot veiling wees. En kom ons sien of die pryse gaan volhou word. Ek my persoonlike opinie is dat daar gaan weer prysdruk wees. En maar kom ons hoop van die beste. Elrin, het jy iets te sê voor ons afsluit?
Ja, soos oom genoem het, daar gaan prysdruk weer kom. Maar ons as die bemarkingsspan sal dit ook die mark laat beskerm op 'n manier en die boer se belange in ons harte dra. So.
Dankie Elrin. Miskien net om vir jou in te lig dat die makelaars kom weer vandag by mekaar om te kyk die kwessie oor die afsnydatums van katalogisse. Die bokker het onbehoorlik ingevloei. Ons is nie ondankbaar daarvoor nie, maar die feit wat ons amper 10 dae voor gepubliseerde datum moet kartelle gesluit omdat hy reeds vol is. Dis ongehoord en ons gaan kyk of ons by 'n oplossing kan kom om dit vir die boere ook meer gemaklik te maak en om nog steeds verantwoordelik op te tree. Ons is teleurgesteld wat die kopers nie wil deel wees van die gesprek nie, maar ons sal wel van die makelaarkant af die korrekte besluit neem wat in belang is van ons produsente. So that's a goodbye and God bless from me. See you in 3 weeks' time, and I hope I've got far better news by then.